All right, so let's review what is a pronoun.
Pronoun is a word used in the place of a noun.
Good. A pronoun is a word that is used in the place of a noun. We have a noun, we take out the noun to replace it with a pronoun. Okay, so we covered list 1 pronouns already. List 1 pronouns take the place of your name. So when you take out your name, you replace it with certain pronouns like I, me, my, or mine. List 2 pronouns will replace the names of people. Whenever there's someone's name in a sentence, we can take out their name and we replace it with a certain pronoun. We replace it with a certain pronoun. So instead of saying Bob, I could say he. Instead of saying Sue, I could say she or him, her, his, hers. That's what we tested on last week. The pronouns that replace the names of people. So today I'm going to introduce list 3 to you. List 3 pronouns cover pronouns that take the place of you and someone together. So not only you, but if you and someone are together. You and someone, you and a person, if you're together, okay? So instead of me saying, Mom and I went to the store, I can take out Mom and I, the nouns, and anybody knows what I could say instead of saying Mom and I? What could I say? Asa, what do you think?
She and I.
Not she and I. We're taking out Mom and I. We're taking all of that out. So what could I say instead of saying Mom and I? So it's Mom and I together. Instead of saying all of that, I could say what? We. I could say we. So I don't want I. I didn't even want I, guys. I wanted to take out Mom and I want to take all of that out, and I can just say we went to the store because we is me and Mom. We. So we is a pronoun that will replace you and someone's name together.
Circle this with red.
You skip this part though. Oh. And just circle it with your pencil. What? Okay. So instead of saying the blue car is for my family, instead of saying my family, I could say the blue car is for us. Us is another pronoun we use to take the place. You got one more time and you're going to have to go sit outside. Us. So instead of saying the blue car is for my family, you're going to say the blue car is for us. You and someone. 1 second. Okay, good deal. All right, guys, y'all have a good afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye-bye. Circle the special sounds. O-U-G-H-O-U. You got to read it to circle the sounds. Okay? So we, us. So if I would say the White House is my family's house, instead of saying my family's, you and your family, instead of saying my family's, I could say the White House is our house. The White House is our house because you are included with them. Our. And then one more, another way I could say that same sentence, I could say the White House is ours.
That's the same thing.
Yeah, it's just now it has the X. So these are list 3 pronouns. They take the place of you and someone together. So you don't have to say your name and you don't have to say their name. You can say we, us, our, and ours because you're talking about the both of you together. So go ahead and copy list 3. Get that written down, list 3. Make sure that you have your other list as well on your paper because even though we're finished with those, we still test on those, but this is our focus, list 3, but we still test on list 1 and 2. Yes? What do you need? Can you focus on writing your list? Thank you. That's the problem. We're always worried about something that is no important. For next week. We'll put list 3 in sentences on tomorrow just to get some practice to see how it looks in sentences, okay? So don't lose track of your paper, guys. Some of y'all have to do a new one every single week. All right, so let's go ahead and get out our reading tiptoes. So we're gonna read about Todd and his dogs, page 30. Can you pick up all your books that's all over the floor?
Uh-oh. They just have two kids. But Miss, are we going around?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where can we go around? What
All right, so page 30.
There's one that. I got 30. Baby got 30. What page?
All right, page 30. All right, Asa, can you start us off on page 30? Todd.
Todd and his dogs. Todd has 2 dogs. One dog is Tiff, and one dog is Tough. Tiff likes to run fast. He likes to run up the road by Todd. Tough likes to play. He wants to get the stick. Tiff and Tough like Todd. It is fun to lick Todd's nose.
Okay, so Todd has 2 pets. What are his 2 dogs' names? Tiff and Tough, right? So Tiff likes to run fast and he likes to run up the road by Todd. Let's see what Tough likes to do. Page 31. Braylee.
Yes.
They don't listen.
Tough likes to play.
No, it's probably just because how they were sitting there.
Tiff and Tough like that. It is fun.
Okay, so Tiff likes to run. Tough likes to play to get the stick. Do they both love Todd? Yes, of course. They both love Todd. He's their owner. So, of course, they're going to love him. Okay. All right. So, let's turn page 32. What is it? So, I'll have everybody, when your turn comes, read it and then guess what it is. Okay, go ahead. Elijah.
It has a tail. It has a big nose. It can sail up. What is it?
What is it?
I know what it is. Dog? Yeah. No.
Read it again. It can sail. Yeah, a jet. It's not a dog. Okay, next one, Carol.
Rough like it. It is not soft. I cannot eat it. What is it? It's a bone.
Bone. Okay, David.
It is fat. It like likes to eat pan feeds. It is what is it? A pig.
A pig. Okay, Seven.
Wait, what's that?
This one.
It's perfect.
All right.
I get clean in it. My boat can sail in it. It is what it is. It tub.
Tub. Okay, Micah.
I thought you were about to say a river. Oh, what?
Okay.
Oh. You know what? Making swimming is so.
Yeah, come on, the bottom one. No, it's fine. You can just read.
Shh. I can eat it. God made it. What is it? A bean.
A bean. Okay. All right. Good.
What if I can eat a half a bean? I want to eat a what? Oh, what if I eat half a bean?
Okay. All right. Good. So let's keep going. Page 34. Ants in the rain. Let's read about ants. Okay, Asa. Page 34. How can I hear her if y'all talking? Sorry, go ahead.
Ants in the rain. 10 ants got a bun. It will be a big feast. The ants will eat and eat. Wait! The ants can feel rain. The rain will get the bun wet. What can the ants do?
Good. Okay, so how many ants are there? 10. And so it's going to be a big feast because what did they find? They found a bun, but what starts to happen as the rain, and that's not good because it could get their bun wet. 35, Brayley.
You must not say the ants got wet, but the bun is safe in the ant.
I know.
The ants can still eat the bun.
Okay, good. So what did they start to do to get that bun in the hill? They cut it in pieces. Bite, bite, bite. Right? They must not stay. And do they get the bun in the hill? Yep, they still got their bun in the hill. They tore it into pieces so that they could hurry up and get rid of it before it got wet. Good. So Anne and her ant friends, they were able to get the not the Anne, the what you call that? Bun in the hill.
That's a burger. I know, but it could.
All right, let's look at 36. All right, Elijah.
It's up right here.
You did on the facts? Well, you're not done. Make sure y'all finish your facts here. I'm gonna keep this one. Right here. All right, let's go. Do all of them. The ones we didn't do.
Tom can ride it. What is it?
It is blue. It has a seat. Tom can ride it. It's a bike. Good. Okay, 36. Cairo, next one.
Wait, no, we did 36. Oh, right. Wait, did we do 36? Oh, yeah. No.
Mom can bake it. Dad can eat it. Mom will cut it. What is it? It's a cake.
Good. Okay, David.
I was about to say a boat. It is big and hot. It can make us tan. It is God's gift to us. What is it? It is a sign.
Sun. Okay, good. My Tevin.
Wait.
You have to circle your sounds. O-U-G-H and O-U. I don't know why you put those.
This one. This one. That is there. Bring up the line.
Okay.
Wait, what's 37?
We're still on 37. We're on this one.
It can. I know what it is. What is this? The W-A-D-E. What, huh? Wedding. Wait. Oh, it can wade in the lake. It likes to get wet in the rain. It can wet. What is it? What is it? A duck. Can I say ribbit?
Okay. Good.
Frogs like to play in the rain.
Next one, Micah. I saw one the other night.
It's soft. It likes to run. It's like to. It likes. What is it? Oh, hen. Is a hen. So hen lick you? Wait, what? What? It said like.
Okay. 38. All right, let's read our words on 38. Okay, Asa, you do the first row. Going down. S-T, Asa, the first row going down.
Stick, stack, stuck, stone, stove.
Good. All right, next row, Braylee. Middle one going down.
Last, fast, both. Both. Come. No, that is on the S-T-A. Hey. You can.
Okay, and then the last row, Elijah.
Wait, what? Let's go. So,
Come on.
let's do things. We do plant, please.
All right, awesome. Good. All right, good job. So that is STNPL. Good. All right, so that is it for today's reading. Tomorrow we'll do some more reading. We'll read about Stan and his favorite meal and Steve's cat.
I know.
All right.
What we doing?
So normally we would do our science and social studies on Tuesday, but I think we'll start to do that on Mondays now. So go ahead and get out we do social studies on Mondays. Science I'll do on Tuesdays. Go ahead and get out your social studies, guys. We'll continue our lesson on Abraham Lincoln, page 32.
No, dirty. That's what it is. Mommy. You're supposed to do dirty too.
Okay. All right. So last week we started talking about Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. So remember, Abraham Lincoln was born in Kentucky in 1809. He lived in a one-room log cabin house. He was born out of a poor family. He unfortunately did not get much education, but that did not stop him from learning because he continued to read books. He continued to read books where he grew and he learned more, and he also loved to read the Bible as well. So Abraham Lincoln continued to read books. He grew in his knowledge of the Lord as well because he read the Bible too. So his family moved to Illinois when he was an adult, where he spent a lot of his adult life. Remember, he became a lawyer when he was an adult. And in 1860, he decided to run for president, right? Because he was already working in Congress, and he decided, why not take it a step further and go ahead and run for presidency. Okay? So let's go ahead and pick up on page 32. Next page. That page. On page 32, talking about his presidency. So during Abraham Lincoln's presidency, there was an issue that it was always an issue, but during his presidency, it became a bigger issue, and that was the issue of slavery. So during the time while Abraham Lincoln was president, even before that, there were people that were taken, the blacks, African Americans, they were taken from Africa and brought to America to become slaves. So kind of similar to when our people were slaves in Egypt. Well, these are our people that were slaves in America as well, if you didn't know that. So a long time ago, yes, our people were slaves in America as well. So during this time, there were two groups of people that had different opinions about slavery. You had the people in the North that felt like slavery should no longer exist, that they should let the people free, and that they should not keep them as slaves, which is right? Nobody should be a slave to anyone. And then they have those that in the southern states, they believed that they were making money from the slaves, right? They weren't paying the slaves anything, but the slaves were making them rich because the slaves were working on their plantations, their farms, all of that. So during Abraham Lincoln's presidency, this became a big issue. The North felt like the slaves should be free. The South wanted to keep their slaves. The South even had thought about becoming their own United States of America because they just didn't want to let the slaves go free. So in 1861, a war broke out. So there was a war between the North and the South, and it was all rooted in slavery. Because of their disagreements about slavery, they decided to fight one another, and whoever would win, that's what America would do moving forward. So in the North, they were dressed in blue, and they were called the Union Army. That's what the army in the North was called, the Union Army, because they all were united together. That's why they called themselves the Union Army. And then in the South, they were dressed in gray, and they were called the Confederate Army. So the North, the Union Army, they dressed in blue. The South, they dressed in gray, and they were called the Confederate Army. So they both had their own opinions. They both had their sides, and they went to war with one another. So next year in second grade, we'll cover more of the war. In second grade, we'll just kind of do the base, the brief summary of the war. So they fought in this war, and brothers were fighting against one another because you had one brother that was on the north side and then one brother that was on the south side, and they fought one another. And so the war went on for 4 years. They fought this war, just going back and forth, deciding whether or not they would keep the slaves, let the slaves go. So at one point, the North was winning, then the South was winning. It was just a long battle between the two sides. 4 years they fought in this war. And finally, after 4 years, the war was over and the North ended up winning. So that means since the North won, what would happen to the slaves? They would be free. They would now become free. So Abraham Lincoln wrote this document called the Emancipation Proclamation. He wrote a document declaring that all slaves would be free. Unfortunately, though, not a lot of people were too happy about the slaves being free, and even Abraham Lincoln joining the North because he agreed with the North that the slaves should be free. So him and his wife were in Washington, D.C. one day, and they were at a theater watching a play, and someone came and assassinated President Lincoln, meaning someone came, shot him, and they killed him while he was watching the play. So it was a very sad time in America once again because they just finished the war, and then not long after this, Abraham Lincoln is shot and he is killed. And so it was a very unfortunate time in America, and a lot of people were sad again because they just had this terrible war, and now their leader, their president, has died. So Abraham Lincoln, he did do a lot of great things as far as helping the slaves to become free, but it's so sad to hear the end of his story. So if you look on page 33, that right there is called the Lincoln Memorial, and that's a memorial in Washington, D.C. that you can visit, and you could actually see him in there. And I've been before, and it's really nice. When you go on the inside of it, they have like his letters he wrote on the walls, and so it's in him sitting on the chair. So that's the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. So, you know, it's unfortunate that this happened to Abraham Lincoln, but I guess the good that comes out of it is that the slaves were freed from this war. So it's also, you know, they had a war during his presidency, but I guess you could say that's the good that came out of the war. It was a bad war, but there was some good that came out of it. Okay? All right, so that's our social studies lesson this week, finishing Abraham Lincoln. What happens during his presidency, the war between the North and the South, the Union, the North, the Confederate, the South, and the North won, but some people weren't happy about that, and unfortunately, Abraham Lincoln lost his life because of that. Okay? All right, so that's your social studies lesson this week on Abraham Lincoln. Tomorrow we will review it again, and we'll do science on tomorrow as well. All right, go ahead and get out your spelling. We're on list 11, page 22. List 11, page 22. What do you need?
What is that? 22.
No, 3 dimes, not 3 nickels, not 50. Yeah, but you're skipping number 1.
Oh.
All right, so let's look at our list. So we have OI, OI, OY, OI, and a few review words on that list. Okay. OI, OI, OY, OI. Okay, let's go through them. So first word is oil.
Oil.
O-I-L, oil. Boil.
Boil.
B-O-I-L, boil. Oil. S-P-O-I-L, spoil. Join. J-O-I-N, join. Moist. M-O-I-S-T, moist. Noise. N-O-I-S-E, noise. Point. P-O-I-N-T, point. Boy. B-O.
Oh my boy.
Boy.
J-O-Y.
Toy. T-O-Y. Toy. Proud. P-R-O-U-D, proud. Blow. B-L-O-W, blow. Skirt. S-K-I-R, stop. Skirt. Said. S-A-I-D, said. And what? W-H-A-T.
What?
Yeah, y'all be doing the most. All right, so let's go ahead and get your Greek and Latin. Let me put them up real quick.
And I get the pages. Put them up. We are doing Greek and Latin.
Actually, it's only because I have to change jobs. I just didn't say that yet, but yeah, that's fine.
Personal livelihood, enough to be a livelihood.
All right, sorry, I'm getting your Greek and Latin now. Okay, that's good. You can go rub it now. Come back. All right, so here's your Greek and Latin for this week. You can go rub it. All right, so you have 2 Greek, 1 Latin this week. So your Greek words are sin,
Sin,
S-Y-N, sin,
sin,
and it means with or
or
together.
together.
So sin is with or together. When you say someone is in sync, meaning they're moving together, they're working at the same, everything is the same. Okay, and then we have theses. Theses.
T-H-E-S-I-S,
Theses, and it means put
means
or
put or
place.
place.
Okay, theses are put our place. Then we have our Latin word FIGO.
Figo,
F-I-G-O,
F-I-G-O,
FIGO, and it means fix,
or
attach.
attach.
Good. So those are your words. We have sin, with or together, theses, put or place, and then we have FIGO, fix or attach. So you will have a total of 18 words again. When we get back from Thanksgiving, we will, Okay. When we get back from Thanksgiving break, we will eventually we will have 20 words when we get back. So you'll have more Greek and Latin that will be added. Okay, try now. Okay, awesome. All right, so guys, that's it. So that is it for our Zoom on today. If you didn't complete all your pages, you can do that. I'll see you tomorrow.